Yes! Taking this? Let's get started. Go stand in the center of the altar. Hina, good luck. Not so fast. You too, Val. What? Me? This ritual allows someone to borrow another's life force, remember? Hina needs your support physically to hold her up.
I'd rather you were with me anyway, Val. Please.
Well, okay. Is it weird that standing up here makes me nervous?
Yeah, it's weird. I'm not nervous. I'm with you. And we'll be together from here on out.
Lam ratila kon yuila mila raila fonil zara seki shakri fukri jadila roto lazula tura lola lazu
Hang on.
mula shuzra kula rela.
Orin, what are you doing? This feels like...
You've got it, Val. This ritual is actually used to draw out the abilities of people with particular powers. In other words, you, Val, can reduce living things to their essence, their core stones.
Into what?
When Liza told me about this little boy from her village who could crystallize monsters, I figured she was kidding. It sounded like a silly myth. But once I saw you in action, I realized you might be the answer I've been searching for. All I needed was the ritual in order to use your powers. And now, I'll have the core stone of an alm. With it, I'll be one step closer to accomplishing what I set out to do. Hina! You're coming with me to Elusia Isle.
Orin! This isn't... We didn't want this! You said we could be together! We trusted you!
I had to, Val. But her sacrifice won't be in vain. I promise you.
Val.
Hina! I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen. I didn't mean to do this. It's all my fault. If I didn't have these stupid powers, you'd be...
I always thought we'd get married and have lots of children. You'd grow into a wise old man, tonight be by your side through the years. How is the future I want for us?
Hina, no!
What does not wait for a lifetime, even if the light of my soul should fade? This love of ours we would never trade, no matter what. Close your eyes, your lips, I'm a memory, a distant thought, yearning to be free, a whisper at your fingertips, now and for always, now and for always, now and
My, that is quite the quandary.
Turned into a core stone? I had noticed when monsters transformed into rocks during fights, but I didn't know it was your doing, Val.
You're sitting here feeling sorry for yourself. But Orin isn't the only one to blame for this fiasco.
I know.
You know? Like you know that it's your whole job to prevent things like this from happening, Mr. Soulguard?
Karina, is this really the time?
No. She's right. I have no right to call myself a soul guard.
You won't even stand up for yourself? Pathetic.
How should we proceed?
What do you mean? You all still have a duty to fulfill at the Mana Tree. And Val is still charged with protecting the alms along the way. That hasn't changed. With the loss of the Alm of Fire, the village of Tiania is in grave danger. The longer you hesitate, the wider the damage may spread.
But how can I possibly make it to the Mana Tree when I can't even protect a single person?
Where do you think you're going?
Karina, leave him be. I know how you feel, but you're only pouring salt into the wound at this point.
Oh, come on, Morley. Don't tell me you're not mad at Val, too.
Of course I am. But yelling at him now won't help. He should have talked to us before taking Hina on this fool's errand. But what's done is done.
I just don't get it. How could this have happened to Hina?
We received word this morning that Dorfer volcano is active. The extent of the damage is not yet known. Eruptions will scorch the earth with fire from every fissure, so goes the saying. The village is vulnerable.
What about Val? If he quits, will we have to make the pilgrimage to the Mana Tree on our own?
A complex conundrum to be sure. I do not think it wise to withdraw with Val in this state.
Perhaps I can make Val see reason. All he needs is a nudge in the right direction. Leave this to me. Consider it payment from your assistance with my wrongful imprisonment.
Father knows what he's doing. Let him try.
Yeah, well, maybe you can knock some sense into that thick head of his.
He's suffered enough as it is. I doubt he could handle another blow to his mind or body after what he's been through.
have a duty to the rest of the Alms. They need protection. They need me. But how can I protect everyone when I'm the reason Hina... And how do I even face them? I wish none of this had ever happened. Once we get back, if we'd never left the pier, everything would... Let's rest up. If only I didn't have this stupid power. If only someone else had been chosen as the Soul Guard. Hina, I'm so sorry.
There you are, Val. Hard to find a prettier view than the ocean. Calming, too. Feels like your heart naturally matches the rhythm of the waves. I'd find Morley out here when I first took him in. He wasn't used to city life, but he liked the sea.
He did, huh?
Back then, Morley felt responsible for the fall of Etern. So much guilt for such a small boy. You probably see what I'm trying to get at here. When it got really bad, I would give Morley things to do. Odd jobs, errands, you name it. Whether it was helping with some of the younger children or traveling with me to distant markets, I put him to work. Even introduced him to Milpa. Anything to give him a sense of community. I wanted Morley to learn more about himself and find a path of his own. It won't be easy, but you can't let this terrible accident close off your emotions. Sure, you could try to forget all about Hina, your powers, and the part you played in this tragedy, but it would solve nothing. You need to find the courage to face what happened, to face what's in your own heart.
My heart?
That's why fighting prowess is only a small part of what you need to become a Soul Guard. What matters most is your heart. And the will to carry on, for the sake of a bright future.
Although, it's not my place to force Mew into a mission Mew can't stomach anymore. I suppose if Muir out of commission, then the Alms will just have to find their own way. By themselves, all on their lonesome. Of course, the road to the Mana Tree is full of monsters and inhospitable terrain, so a soul guard would be useful. But Morley and the others can hold their own against all those ferocious enemies. Probably.
Probably? What are you talking about?
Karina?
This pilgrimage is doomed from the start without our soul guard. So Hina's core stone was stolen. So what? We're just gonna have to steal it back. Without you and Hina's help, I never would have gotten this far in the first place. I won't abandon you both now.
Don't forget, you're not just our soul guard, Val. You're our friend and companion. This isn't a journey you have to complete alone. We're in this together.
Precisely. I would wish for none other than you to bid us a fond farewell at the end of our arduous adventure. Please, find it within yourself to continue this campaign with the rest of us.
Thank you. All of you. I shouldn't be asking any favors, but Orin has Hina's core stone, and I want to get it back. Will you help me? Before we set out, Hina and I decided that if Orin's plan was a bust, we'd like to see this pilgrimage through to the end. It may only be a small piece of her, but I want to bring Hina's core stone to the Mana Tree in her stead.
An entity's core stone is its elementary essence. If we convey Hina's to the Mana Tree, we may stave off greater tragedy.
You're forgetting that we have no idea where Orin's gone. He could be anywhere in the world by now.
He said something about an Elusia Isle, I think.
Didn't you say Elusia Isle? Perhaps luck is on your side today. Elusia is the self-same island where the Mana Tree grows. You're already on your way.
As I recall, first we must scale the Dead Cliffs. I have visited the Vigilant Beast Watch who guard the bluff. It was terrifyingly tall.
Climb the cliffs? Don't be silly. You can use the Jack Seed, just like all the other alms. This special seed can swiftly grow a huge vine, big enough to scale the cliff. It saved the convoys a lot of time and effort on previous pilgrimages.
Then what are we standing around here for? Let's go find that lowlife Orin and get Hina's core stone back.
The sooner we recover her core stone, the sooner we can continue our campaign to the Mana Tree and prevent any potential disasters.
What about the alms of light and darkness?
None have been named yet, but when they are, I'll send word that they are awaited here in the capital. You can come back and fetch them.
Once we're done in Elusia, we'll make sure to come back. It's not that far. As long as I've got Hina's core stone, I can fulfill my duty as the Soul Guard and safely escort all the alms to the Mana Tree. Looks like we're headed to Elusia Isle. Hina, I'll try my best.
I'm certain that Hina wasn't the only alm sent on this pilgrimage with misgivings in their heart. The burden is heavy, to be sure. Now it's up to Val and the others to shoulder that burden and carry on. If only there was something else to ease their load. Wait!
What is it, Father?
My 9 lives flashed before my eyes. I almost sent you all on your way without a proper introduction to my emporium. Your trip will only get tougher from here on out. Make sure you're good and ready before you leave.
Might as well make the best of this situation, I guess.